Okay, so here we go. Example, let's do this. Let's go with y is equal to x plus 1 times x minus 3. Did I not write the 1? Okay, so x plus 1 times x minus 3. So first of all, I would love it if you guys could go ahead and tell me what are the values of x. Okay, what are my values of x?
Negative 1 and 3.
All right, so we have negative 1 and positive 3. These are my two values of x. Okay? And if those are my values of x, these are also called my what letters did we give them?
P.
So I gave them my p and q. So how do I find my axis of symmetry?
P plus q over 2.
P plus q over 2. And so let's plug in, and I get what?
1.
No, let's do piece by piece.
Negative 1 plus,
Negative 1
plus
plus
3
3
over 2.
Sorry, negative 1 plus 3 over 2. That's just a beautiful...
Cross. T.
All right, so what do I end up with? Negative 1 plus 3 gives me
2.
2 over 2, so therefore I get
1.
So my axis of symmetry, my AOS, okay, axis of symmetry is equal to 1, okay? So we then know that my axis of symmetry is 1. Okay, that almost was in line. All right, so from here, what else do I know about my graph? What else do I know about my graph?
Oh, you know the y-intercept?
No, I don't know my y-intercepts. I know my
X-intercept.
x-intercepts. So what are my x-intercepts?
Negative 1 and 3.
So negative 1 and positive 3. So remember, starting from 0. 1, 2, 3, and booyaka cha. Are these equidistant from the axis of symmetry?
Yeah.
Then I am a happy man. All right. Now I want to figure out what my and I'm not going to do my y-intercept, but how would I solve for my vertex? How would I solve for my vertex?
Foil first.
You don't need to FOIL, actually. We can just go straight from this equation. And I can plug in my value of x, which is my axis of symmetry. What was my axis of symmetry?
1.
1. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in 1 into both of these bad boys. All right? So I now have 1 plus 1 times 1 minus 3. And that's going to be equal to my y over here. Let's get rid of my axis of symmetry right there. Blah, 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 blah. All right. So what's 1 plus 1?
2.
Nice. What's 1 minus 3? Negative 2. All right. And then I multiply these out and I get what?
Negative 4.
So y is equal to negative 4. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. No brain hemorrhaging? We're okay? All right. So then I find on my, and this tells me that my minimum is going to be, the y value is negative 4. What was the x value?
1.
It was 1. So let's go ahead and find out. We have 1, negative 1, 2, 3, 4. And guess what? I can just, from this style, I can connect the dots, be a little lazy, connect the dots, and have my parabola.
Hallelujah.
I see a lot of smiles. Okay, right on. Which everybody at home doesn't get to enjoy. So,
Our beautiful smiles.
your beautiful smiles.
Oh, you're talking about the graph.
I'm talking about the video that people would be watching later. This okay, moving on. All right. So now you've just made a graph out of only 3 points. Now, is that as accurate as a 5-point graph? No, but this is a basic idea. This is a basic idea.
So we
Now,
can get this on our homework, right?
for certain examples, this will work out. Sometimes it won't, and I'll show you when it won't work out. An example when it won't work out is if I have something. You know what? I want to give you a little more practice on this before I show you when this fails completely. Okay? It's going to erase any day now. It's going to be nice. Okay, so and let's erase that out. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Great. Let me give you another example, and let's try something like. It's number 3 at the bottom of the page. Y is equal to 2x squared minus 2x minus 12. Okay, so from here, I want to go ahead and, well, we're going to be doing the PQ model. So let's factor this first. Processes on factoring. What would be the first step in factoring this?
Look for the common.
What's common? Great. And what's common between it?
2.
2. So let's extract it. So I've got 2 now times what?
X squared.
X squared.
Minus x.
Minus x.
Minus 6.
Minus 6. Beautiful. Wait a second. Didn't we just do one earlier?
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
Okay. You lucked out. All right. I wonder what would make, what do we have? -6, -1. What two things multiply to make -6? Okay, so we have 3 and 2. Which one's negative?
3.
-3, okay. And so now we have y is equal to 2 on the outside, x minus 3 times x plus 2. What are my values of x? -2 and +3. Okay. So we have -2. So 1, 2. That is totally wrong because I counted from this old axis of symmetry, which is totally throwing me off. All right. So I have -2 and +1, 2, 3. All right. And remember, we said that the axis of symmetry is supposed to be equidistant from these guys, right? So you could either count out what's equidistant and then get it wrong, or you could go ahead and do the formula, which we said x was equal to p plus q over 2. In this case, we're doing x is equal to 3 plus -2 over 2, okay, which would give us 1/2, okay? So we would bring this over to 1/2. Blessings, all right? And that's my axis of symmetry. And then I would plug this in. I'd plug 1/2 in. Am I going too quickly?
Yes.
No.
I am. Okay. Thank you for your honesty.
Good
All
job,
right.
nameless dude.
So I'm just going to go ahead and erase this x factor thing. I don't think that's necessary. All right? Okay, great. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we just talked about my axis of symmetry was 1/2, right? I can then plug in 1/2 into here to find what my vertex is. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. So what is 1/2 minus 3?
-2.5.
-2.5. And then what is 1/2 plus 2? 5 or 2.5. And then I'm going to multiply that, and then multiply that times 2. So 2.5 times -2.5 is -6.25. Okay, so these guys come to be -6.25, and I have to multiply that now times 2. And what do we get? -12. -12.5. So y is equal to -12.5. Okay? So my vertex is x is 1/2, and what's my y? Is there a question about how I got -12.5?
No.
My notes look donkey crazy. I'm sorry about that. They're kind of smushed. There's really no question about that?
Yeah.
Well, you guys are just bosses. Okay, so, no, thank you. All right, so.
You're so welcome.
Oh, you. All right, so we had, so if this is my axis of symmetry, okay, then we got to go down to, let's see, I have 9, 10, 11, 12 and a half, okay? So I'd be like, all right? And I actually hit my points. I just feel good about life right now, all right? So there I go. Yes, I am.
Oh, really?
I'm recording this.
Wow.
I'm like, what? You feel good about
Wow,
life?
this was-
All right?
Should we do 5
How do you usually feel about life? Should we do 5 points? No, I'm happy with 3, especially when it's this spread out. Okay, that's okay. If your points are super close together, then that's like, it's not too hot. All right. All right. Can I show you one other example?
Yes.
Okay, this is the one that might troll you. So. It looks like number 2 on page 619. Okay. So if you want to take a quick look at that and start writing down that problem, and for those of you at home, it's y is equal to -x plus 1 squared. All right? So first of all, I'd like you to think about what is your AOS, your axis of symmetry. What is your axis of... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to ask you. What are your P's and Q's?
That should be
Yeah, it's -1. And the other one is?
-1.
Oh, it's -1.
So it's just.
All right?
Oh, because it's squared, so it's x plus 1 and then x plus 1.
Yeah, remember that this is
Well,
x plus
what's
1 times x plus 1, right? I mean, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay?
Is the trolley part? Or was that?
No, trolley part's coming up. Well, that's part of it. All of it's equally trolly.
Going down
Alright.
the ship is
Silly
so
troll.
All right, trolling.
Trolley.
Math problems.
Rise a road.
You like rice and
No, I don't. Poison. All right, so, but in case Rice and Ronin is looking to endorse my math videos, I love it. I think it's amazing and nutritious
Hey, endorse the vocabulary.
for lab rats.
Oh,
All right, so here we go.
Word.
So this would be -1 and -1, and so if I went x is equal to p plus q over 2, then we would state it as x is equal to -1 plus -1 over 2. All right?
-2 over 2. So x is
-2 over
All right. So I'd have -2 over 2, which is
-1.
-1. All right. So please understand this. You have your x and y intercepts are both -1,
No, it's not.
and your axis of symmetry is -1. So whenever they're squared like this, okay, whenever they're squared like this, what that's going to tell you is that what we end up with is, yeah, it's that like we have this vertex is this point. So we have nothing else given. We actually have to plug in for the rest of the points. We'd have to do like the table like we previously did. Oh, I know, it's cute, right?
No.
So that's why you said that. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
because
We
this.
love tables.
Yeah, all right.
That
And
was
so
just
then
an endless two.
you would plug this in to these bad boys like this. What's -1? Oh, because I didn't share that. I actually just jumped into it so fast. I just gave you axis of symmetry. If I plugged in -1 here, plus 1 gives you 0.
Zero.
Good job, everybody. -1 here gives me 0. Times 0 is 0 squared. Times -1 is 0. All right. So, and that's how we came up with this point. All right. But then I would have to figure out what are the points on what's equidistant from these guys that I can plug in.
-2, 0.
I could go -2 and 0, and I don't know. Like I could, like let's say if I did that. Let's try. Let's go. Like if I plugged in 0, like this shouldn't blow your mind too hard. But if I plug in 0, like that from right here, then 0 plus 1 is 1. Good job. And 0 plus 1 is
1.
And 1 times 1 is
1.
times -1 is.
-1.
So I put -1 right here. Right? Does that make sense? -1 goes right here. I could, and so I could do also like a +2
-4.
and -4. Yeah, those would have to be my choices to be equidistant. Oh, we said 0 here, and we also had, this would be -1. And so then we could have plugged in, you wanted to do 2?
Yeah.
All right, so if I plug in 2, then I get what?
3.
So I've got 3 times
3.
3, which is
9.
times -1 is -9.
Happy
So
go lucky.
what was that point that we just plugged in? 2. So that was +2 and -9. That's all the way down here. Okay, so I'm gonna, and then it should be equidistant, so it should be right about where?
Oh, it's a surprise base.
Because this is like 2 away, so it should be like 1, 2 away. It should be here. All right. All right. And that was my -4. So that was, what did I just say? 9.
Yeah.
-9. -9. This should also be -9, as we said. And I didn't graph these two. That was -2, 1. So -2 and down 1. Boop. All right. And then this one is 0, -1. So 0, -1. Boop. Oh, don't look at that. -1. Boop. And there you go. All right. Your homework is on the board, and it is a practice quiz. That does mean you have a quiz tomorrow. All right. And I only do it out of love.
Really? By you.
Not really. All right. Bye.